Charlie Lamb is putting together an Lamb locks in. I don't know if it's the release point or what, but he smashed this pitcher like Piñata.
Yeah, and it seems like every at-bat's a birthday party, Boog. Might be time to send a gift basket and hope for mercy.
Lamb, a former Gold Glove winner, batting second in today's lineup. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Swings through that one for strike two. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Battling here as he fouls it away. On the outside corner, got him looking. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge.
No, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well, and you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Out to short. Lamb fires over to first. One out in the second. Rich Martins getting ready to hit. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. There's the ball. Throw to second.
Usually when you see a team try to steal a base in the early innings, it tells you they want to be aggressive on offense. Try to force the defense to make plays and slow them down. That's exactly what they did right there. So we'll see if that...
Lamb to Arroyo and two. What a play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Back here at the ballpark, coming off a tough series offensively, and a look at those numbers. Lamb in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Lamb, multi-time All-Star, 28 years old, and he's a former National League MVP. Out to center, Crow Armstrong under it, and there's one away.
Up next for the Brewers, the center fielder,
Christian Encarnacion Strand digs in now.
Christian Encarnacion Strand.
The 1-1. Ground ball up the middle. Lamb tosses to first, and the leadoff hitter retired in the fifth. So up next for Chicago, Rich Martins. He's 0 for 1. Here goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike. Yep, he made it. Throw. Save.
Here's what I think the manager's thinking right now. Today, we're not driving the ball. It's hard to get extra base hits. We've got to make something happen to get a runner into scoring position. That stolen base, excellent call. Now, all it takes is perhaps a single to put a run on the board.
Lamb in the box here and fouls it off for strike one. And it's second. Outside. And that's ball one.
Oh, that pitch is out.
In the air out to center. Base hit. Runner from second scores as they add on. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead. So 2 down. Here's the center fielder, Josh Werner. Runner on the move. Pitch misses.
Inside.
Safe at second, and that was not close. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again.
Looks like the base runner had a pretty good feel on the pitcher's move. After that pick over, seemed to settle in, and he took off right away. Nice job of stealing second right there.
Man on second, 2 down.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
This one smoked on its way out of here. A gigantic blast. And they add a couple more. It's 5-zip.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So bases all loaded up. Christian Encarnacion Strand, the next Cub to hit. The 1-1. That one is absolutely belted. Werner heading to the alley. Can't reach it. Should score at least 2. Chavez headed for the plate. He's safe. And they clear the bases. And they cut the lead to 2. So 2 down. So up next for Chicago, Zach DeZenzo. The 1-1. Out to short. Lamb. Whips it to first. That's the 3rd out. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. Lamb steps in. They've got the edge, but the job is not done. He's looking to keep the line moving.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little insurance, Boog.
The other way, and it stays fair. And the bottom of the 8th starts with a double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Hit hard, but foul off to the left.
Well, these Brewers, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well. With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Man at second. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Humberto Esposito up now for the Brewers. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. That's a little bit low.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
2-0. 1 out, and a runner at second. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Fouled off left side. Two. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Here's a 2-2. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Ball. Line drive. That's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead. So the tying run at second. Ground ball right side. Hernandez steps on the bag himself. Ball game. Lamb with some solid production in the win.
Well, he definitely made a difference for him in this one. Nice effort to contribute to the win.
Lamb stepping in now. You look at the career splits, and it's just batting practice for him, Singy.
Yeah, this pitcher's ERA has a little dent in it thanks to this guy. Total domination.
Lamb, the home run derby champ from a year ago. A career batting average over 325. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP.
Got to be down in the zone with that two-seamer if you're gonna be effective with it.
And he swings over the top there. That one just misses. Ball 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Goes down looking. Lamb wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. 2 outs, runner at first. Now, Zach DeZenzo. Runner takes off. And he grounds one to the right side. Into the outfield. Base hit. Can't glove it cleanly. Coming home. Now a relay to the plate. He's safe. On the board first, it's 1-0.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
Foul ball, still 0-2. This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. His 56th home run of the season, and it ties it up. It's 2-2.
He's been so difficult to pitch against lately. It seems like no matter how you attack him, he finds a way to punish you. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Go ahead run on base. Koji Saito, the next Cub to hit. What a stop. Throws from his knees. It's there, and that's a great play. Fought off foul. Chris, nobody in the league has a better batting average than he does right now. And a foul ball. All tied up. Last half of inning number 5. No question about this one. It's out of here. Another homer. His 57th homer of the season, and they lead it. It's 3-2.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. For a guy with top-tier power, this is just another day at the office. Always a threat to send one out. I just don't know how you're supposed to pitch to him.
Runner at first with 2 away. And here's the catcher. Runner on the go. Pitching for a strike. Go to second.
You're
out there. And Ellie De La Cruz up here now. The power, the speed. He certainly could remind you of a number of players. Runner takes off. Pitching for a strike. Save at second with a stolen base. One down. Next for the Brewers, Charlie Lamb. Check swing, but he went too far. 0-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two. Hale goes 5 feet 11 inches, 30 years old now, and they went out and made a trade for him last season.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in a 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
On the ground at first. And he takes it himself for the out. Go ahead run on base. Zach DeZenzo, the next Cub to hit. Hit on the ground, might be two. Flips it, one at second, and that's two. Lamb digs in. The crowd knows what's at stake. One swing, and it's handshakes and high fives.
Yeah, and he's the kind of guy who doesn't shy away from the spotlight. Let's see what he's got right here.
Swing and ground ball. Just foul down the right field line. Wow.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Check swing.
Plate, ball one.
No appeal. And now it's even 1-1. The Cubs bullpen with some action. Porter Hodge, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Lowell getting loose as well. Two on, one out. That missed inside.
Ball
and
two.
it's 2-2.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
In the dirt, blocked. Fires to second. Almost got him, but he scrambles back safely. He fouls it off. We'll do it again. Tied at 4, and they're all loaded up.
Now that sets up a really big at bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
So here's the Brewers DH, Humberto Esposito. Check swing. He went. Strike one. Oh, and this one's plastic. High and deep. It's on its way. Out of here. Ball game.
Grand slam is exciting no matter what part of the game you hit it, but a walk-off grand slam, an incredible finish. Clutch swing of the bat that he'll never forget. Truly special.
Charlie Lamb, currently on a 10. One down. Charlie Lamb, up now for the Brewers. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Lamb mashed a couple of homers in his last game.
These two guys, a lot of respect for one another.
And he grounds one back up the middle. A dive. He's got it. On the money. Nice play.
Great reaction there to get to the baseball, secure it, and then no time to get up and throw. Throws from one knee. That's a guy that's got a lot of confidence in his arm strength and accuracy.
Lamb swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the second time today. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Ball, that's off the plate.
This one in the air right field. Chavez on the move towards the line. Can't get the glove to this one. It falls in.
Next to the Brewers, the second baseman, Michael Arroyo.
He's trying for third. Pitch is high. Throw bounces in, and he's safe. And the tying run is now only 90 feet away.
Well, maybe he thought he should have gone for a triple instead of a double and just decided, I'm going to take third this way. Definitely using his legs to his advantage right here.
The 1-2. Stays alive.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. He notches strikeout number 150 this season. Umberto Esposito up now for the Brewers. He walked and came around to score his first time up. 2 outs and a runner at third here in the third and final game of the series. Comes up empty.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not.
In there, sets him down on strikes. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Headed for the plate. He scores, and the Brewers even it up. Not sure if too many people have been paying attention to it quite yet, Singy, but that extends his hit streak to 11 now.
Well, I know he knows about it, even if a lot of our viewers don't. And this is when it's clear it's no fluke. 11 games in a row. Man, that's when even the hitting coach starts to leave you alone. You're going so good that nobody wants to mess it up.
Bullpen action for the Cubs. Porter Hodge, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Colbert also getting ready. And that one is lifted in the air. Brings it in. That is the inning. Top 6. So now it's the Cubs hitter in the 4-hole, Koji Saito. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. To first, leadoff man retired in the 6th. Lamb digs in. Not a lot of traffic this inning, but he's got the power to change that with one swing.
Yeah, and that's the kind of threat that keeps pitchers honest, even with 2 outs and no one on.
2 down, nobody on.
Ball 1.
Gonna count 1 and 2.
Ball, that's out.
Next
Ball,
pitch, a
that's out.
slider that misses outside. Now a screamer into the outfield. And foul ball. payoff pitch. And that one hammered. Carrying well. Off the batter's eye and gone. A solo shot. His 58th home run of the season. And they tack on to their lead. It's 4-2. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Popped up. Lamb has a beat on it. Takes it in for the out. One down. Back to the top of the order now. And next for the Cubs, Ellie De La Cruz. Biggie is just one strike away. And that one ripped to left. Base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
That's tremendous fight from him, and
digging in, Waylon Chavez. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Throw to first, ball game. And the Brewers come in here and finish off a 3-game sweep.
Nice work out of the bullpen for that first MLB win, Boog. They turned to him when they didn't have the lead. He kept things steady, and he's rewarded with the W.
Charlie Lamb is putting together an MVP-type season. Charlie Lamb up now for the Brewers.
Charlie Lamb.
Ground ball up the middle. A sliding stop. The feed for one. To first, not in time. Great effort there. Quick move to first. Lamb back in on a dive. Werner launched a homer in his most recent game. Here goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second on a bounce. Safe. And that's another stolen base for the league leader.
Well, he picked over once just before the pitch to check on him, but that didn't seem to slow up his jump on the pitch at all. I think that guy's been studying some video. Awesome job to be prepared, got the timing down, and he gets into scoring position.
Man at second. Now this one gets away from the catcher. No advance, though. And now it's even up.
Let's go, Werner.
Got him. 2 down.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Come on, Humberto.
Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Here's the center fielder. Lined, and that's a base hit. Lead runner around second. And he's going to get to second with nobody out.
Well, as hot hitting continues, he's been getting great results there. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
In the dirt, but kept close. Already 3 runs across in the frame. Bottom half of inning number 2. Swings and misses. 0-2 now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Man on second, 2 down.
These two guys, a lot of respect for one another.
That's outside. And the count's even at 2.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Good job to fight that one off. Man at second. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. 3 runs. Back here in Milwaukee, new inning getting started. Well, he's been knocked around pretty good so far, but they've got him back out there at least to begin the inning.
Well, and you wonder just the strength and perhaps the health.
Whips it to first. That's the first out in the top of the 4th. Chris, he's currently the team leader in stolen bases. Swing, and he breaks his bat. Handles, throws to first, 2 down. 1 down. Now here is Colson Montgomery. The 1-2. Out to short. Tosses to first. Got him. Next for Cincinnati, Jordan Lawler. Out to short. To first.
Got him.
And that's the 3rd out. Now it's the shortstop, Charlie Lamb. And a little something extra at stake in this at-bat as he's hitless so far with his hitting streak in jeopardy. Smash down the left field line. That's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. 1 for 3. Now quick throw to first. Lamb back on a dive.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to make.
Runner on the go. Pitch misses. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. And And the league leader in stolen bases does it again.
You know, having a good lead is so key when you're stealing bases, even if you've got great speed. But if you don't have great speed but can get an extended lead and a good jump, you can steal bases on a catcher who can really throw it. That's a nice job right there.
Tying run at the plate.
Ball.
That
Ball.
one misses, and it got us 3-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Goes down looking.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
The Reds holding on to a 2-run lead here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. That misses, and that's ball 1. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. Inside, almost got him. Stays alive. Runner at second, 2 down. Swing and a miss, struck him out. First and second, 2 outs. Dalton rushing, the next to hit for the Reds. 2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a ground ball. Off balance throw in time. And that is... So runner at second, 2 down. Here's the third baseman. The 2-1. In the air, right field. Irving has a beat on it. And he makes the catch. Ball game, and the Reds take game 1 of the series on the road. Lamb, get that hitting streak going.
Not his best showing, but I hope he isn't too self-critical after they took the loss. Some things to build on in this game.
One out man at first. Here's the Reds catcher, Dalton rushing. Here comes the 0-1. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Glove flip for 1. What a double play that was. Inning over. Lamb digs in. He's up against an 85+ rated arm, which basically means good luck.
Yeah, Boog, if he reaches base here, somebody better start checking for controller cheats.
Breaking ball inside. And that is ball 1. Bishop was recently named pitcher of the month for some outstanding work on the mound. In the air, out towards left center. And there's 1 down. Bases loaded, nobody out. Now it's the veteran outfielder, the 0-1. Swing and a chopper out to short. Off balance feed, there's 1. They complete the double play, but the run scores. It's 1-0.
The batter number 13, shortstop, Charlie Swan.
Lamb, multi-time All-Star, over 1,000 runs batted in his career. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. In the air, right center. This is mashed way back and gone. His 59th home run of the season, and they cut into the deficit. That adds another game to his hitting streak, Chris.
Yeah, he's been doing so many things well at the plate and clearly driving the ball with some authority as part of that. He's really dangerous with the bat in his hands right now. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
One down. Here's the center fielder. The 0-1. Up the middle, Lamb. Throws to first in time.
Well, Boog, we talked about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
Lamb, the next to hit, takes ball one. This one in the air, center field. Gets under it. And that'll do it. Lamb digging in now. Nothing cooking this inning, but they've still got a shot for 2 away.
Yeah, that's all it takes, Boog. One swing, one base runner, and suddenly it's game on.
Out towards right center field on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Michael Arroyo getting ready to hit. The 2-1. On the ground to first. Steps on the bag himself. Ball game. Lamb, certainly not the reason they lost this game. Only one hit, a home run.
I'll tell you, I was excited every time he came up. Even though he couldn't lift them to a win, he really made an impact. Great job in this one.
So 2 down. Colson Montgomery, the next to hit for the Reds. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. They get the force. 3rd out. Man at first, and the batter will be the shortstop, Charlie Lamb. Drove in both of their runs last night. Slides for the stop. There's 1 and 2. What a play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
The 0-1. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Arroyo to second, on to first.
Got him, that's an out.
Lamb, the home run derby champ from a year ago, 28 years old, and he's a former National League MVP. Fought off foul. 2 down, nobody on.
Ball 1.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
Up the middle. What a stop to first. And very nicely done for the out. So back to the top of the Reds lineup. Tyler Soderstrom now at the plate. Man on second, 2 down. On the ground. Fires across the diamond, and that's the inning. Lamb, a former MVP, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he's the reigning home run derby champion. Lawler tosses to first, and there are 2 outs. So a man at first, and now the center fielder. The 0-1. Runner on the move. Strike in there. Throw, save.
Clearly not content with.
So back to the top of the order. Tyler Soderstrom will hit next. 2-2. Swing and a ground ball. Base hit into center field. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they're pulling away. So 2 on with 2 away. Next for Cincinnati, Dalton Rushing. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. That's in for a strike. Safe at second with a stolen base. Lamb locks in another RBI chance after a rough outing at the plate. Can erase all that right here.
Well, you got to stay locked in, Boog. And you know what? Sometimes the fifth time's the charm.
And first offering is fouled off. Man at second. He swings and fouls one off. Battling here as he fouls it away. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Tied him up on a fastball inside. So 2 down. Next for Milwaukee, Joaquin Osuna. The Brewers down to their final strike. Got him, and that's the ball game. Lamb had the kind of game you'd like to avoid, which contributed to the loss.
Oh, certainly a frustrating game at the plate, Boog. I think he'd be the first to tell you he's capable of better. I'm sure the loss isn't sitting well with him either.
Charlie Lamb ready to go in this one. This breakout. 1 down. Charlie Lamb up now for the Brewers. He gets there with the slide. Fires to first. Nicely done for the out.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
Up the middle, Lamb. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity.
Oh, diving stop. To his knee, the throw, and they get the out. Carl Lantigua digs in now. Ground ball up the middle. Lamb. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the fifth. Lamb steps in, 2 outs, no one on, but he's stepping in with a purpose.
Trying to make this pitcher sweat a little, Boog. You've got to break up the rhythm. Even a long at bat would be a win here.
The ball. First offering way inside, almost got him. Drilled out towards left center field. That one carrying. Just missed it. So 2 down. Here's the second baseman, Bart Valentine. What a stop. To first. And that's a nice play to end the inning. Lamb starts it off with a lead. Looking to play add-on, not just maintenance singing.
Yeah, partner, when you've got momentum, you ride it.
Swings and lines a base hit into left field. And the leadoff man aboard. Runner on the go. Pitches low. Ball. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again.
High throw may have made the difference right there. It's kind of hard to say, though. It's a little tougher for a catcher with a left-handed hitter in the box, and that hitter does not have to move at all to help you out. He just got under the throw, and it took off on him a little bit.
No, that's
Bullpen
down.
action
Ball.
for the Pirates. Thomas White, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Davila warming up as well. Off the mark there.
Ball.
3-1. Challenge from behind the dish here. Laser to the gap. Should score the run. Headed for the plate. And they're up by 4. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Drove that ball nicely, put a great swing on it, and it jumped off his bat. Kind of put it all together there, and he's rewarded with the double.
Intentional pass coming. Bases now loaded, though it does set up a force at every base. So bases all loaded up. Josh Warner will hit next. Skips in, and excellent work to corral that one. Could have been dangerous.
Pressure's
No,
on
that's
right
out.
here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
In danger of walking into tying run.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Climb the ladder with that fastball, and the count is 3-1. And that one fouled off.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there. Close, but called the ball. Ball 1.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Yeah, what?
1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 1-2. Fouls that off to the left, and will do it again. Got him swinging for the strikeout. That ends the inning as they squander. Bottom of the 9th, 1-run game, 2 on. Kevin Sexton, the next Pirate to hit. In the air, right field. Alcantara moving under this one. Out number 2.
Up next for the Pirates, the center fielder, Walker.
Big spot here, bottom of the 9th. Down to their final out. Walker Jenkins, the next Pirate to hit. Down the line, and it's foul. 2 outs, bases full. Victor Melendez now at the plate. Bounced up the middle. Tosses to first. That's the 3rd out, and here's the catcher, Edwin Cowan. McGarry is just 1 strike away.
3.
Sets him down looking. The tying and go-ahead runs are left aboard as this one is over. Lamb played pretty well in this win. Singled and drew a walk in this one.
Well, you can't win a lot of games without hitters delivering like he did in this one. No question, he's a key contributor for him.
1 down. Next for the Brewers, Charlie Lamb. This one smoked on its way out of here. A solo shot. Home run number 60 on the year. The Brewers score first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
So 2 down. Now it's the second baseman, Gabriel Blanco. On the ground, Lamb. They don't come any quicker. 3 pitches for 3 outs, inning over. And there's a foul ball. Chris, this is who you want at the plate in these spots. He already has the most RBIs in the league. Two down, nobody on. Not close with that one, and the count is 1-2. Got him swinging. Lamb, multi-time All-Star, 28 years old. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. This to third. Oh, nice play. And that's a great play for the out.
A quick move to his left, fully extended there in front of the shortstop to make the grab. Up with it, then a strong, accurate throw across the diamond to complete this highlight play.
Up the middle, Lamb. And that's terrific work out of the bullpen. One pitch. Runner at first with 2 away. Now the number 2 hitter, Walker Jenkins. Out to short. Throws to first. And they're happy to just get off. Back here on the mound now for the Pirates, Yusniel Rocha.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Foul ball.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard. It's shut down anytime.
Gets him to chase after that one. Activity in Pittsburgh's bullpen. Thomas White appears to be getting loose. Cortez getting cranked up as well.
Looking to get something going. This is the guy you want at the plate. He's been great for this team. He is a professional hitter.
Good job to fight that one off. Backed off the plate that time.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Stays alive. 2-2 now. Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance. Out of here. Another homer. His 61st home run of the season. And they close the gap. It's 8-4. Siggy, he just tied Mickey Mantle with that swing. That's home run number 536.
Well, Hook, tying Mickey Mantle just puts you in a whole other class, and there's almost no bigger name in the sport than the Yankees' Mickey Mantle.
For a guy with top-tier power.
Here's the third baseman. 2 down, nobody on. High fly ball out to center field. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Pirates even this series up at a game apiece. Lamb matched Roger Maris in this one with his 61st homer of the season.
That's right, Boog. He's moving past Babe Ruth, catching Maris, nipping at the heels of Sosa and McGuire. What a season it's been for him, and what a fun time it's been for us to watch it.
Charlie Lamb, fresh off scoring position, no outs. Charlie Lamb up now for the Brewers. homers in his last game. Man at second. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Breaking ball, and that got him. Swung on, belted.
Get out of here.
Carrying well. Leaping, and it's gone. A 3-run dinger. Home run number 20 on the year, and the Brewers have the lead. It's 3-0.
First pitch hacking, and it paid off for him in a big way. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
No outs, runner at first. Walker Jenkins, the next Pirate to hit. Third in the NL in RBIs this year. Runner on the move. That's it for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close. So digging in, Aiden Miller. Hit on the ground to short. Slinging it to first in time. The Brewers with a chance to play spoiler in this ball game. Lamb in the box as he fouls off the first pitch.
Yeah, once a team's already eliminated, it can be a challenge to stay motivated and engaged. Spite is one way to do that, I guess.
Oh, great stop. Throw to first. Got him. Nice play. One down. Now it's the shortstop. The 0-2. On the ground to the left. Lamb. Fires to first in time.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
And first offering is fouled off. Nobody on his team has been better at driving in runs this season, Siggy. And now it's even up.
That's inside.
2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Curve in the dirt. That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Way back there, it's got a chance. And that one is off the top of the wall. Now around second, going for third. The relay throw, and he's out. Back here at PNC Park, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Gabriel Blanco getting ready to hit. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. And that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th. Now the number 2 hitter, Charlie Lamb.
So clutch, you could argue that he's been this team's MVP this year.
Liner caught at second. Go behind the runner. They got him doubled off. Steve Hernandez, the next Pirate to hit. Up the middle, Lamb. The flip to second, the double play ends it right here. Lamb had a solid game for them, a real contributor.
Didn't light the world on fire, but he held up his end today. I'm sure he'd like to have a better game, but a win is a win.
One down. And now the shortstop, Charlie Lamb.
That's a ball.
Just underway from Baltimore. He swings and fouls one off. 1-1 now. Foul ball. Out to short, Neto. Throws to first in time. And now it's William Contreras. 1-2, bottom of the first. The pitch. This ball's chopped on the ground. Arroyo. There's one. Double play. What a twin killing, Dan. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a tough series offensively, and a look at those numbers. Lamb, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike one.
These hitters have come out ready to swing the bats early in the count and swing it often. If you want to score some runs, have an offensive explosion, that can be a route to doing it.
This one could be trouble. And he's got a leadoff double in the fourth.
That was exactly what you're looking to do with the pitch away, especially in that situation. Driving it to the opposite field gap. He got himself 2 bags on a great swing of the bat.
Ball.
Werner launched a homer in his most recent game. That one almost got him. Now he can't squeeze it behind the plate. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4. Fights it off, he'll see another. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Picks himself up an RBI. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Swing and a line drive ripped out into left center field. That'll touchdown for a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
So digging in, William Contreras. Ground ball to the right side. Osuna to second. A sensational double play. This one in the air, center field. Settles underneath it. And there are 2 down. Lamb stepping in. A base hit here could shift the vibe. They're just one swing away from changing the rhythm of this ball game.
Yeah, Boog, that's the beauty of baseball. You always have a chance if you've got a player like this to lead off the inning.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Out to short. On the run, sends it over to first.
Yes, you're out.
And he gets him. Nicely done. Here's the left fielder, James Wood. Here comes the 0-1. Up the middle, Lamb. Throws to first in time.
The batter, number 7.
So bases all loaded up. Trey Jensen, the next to hit for the Orioles. This guy's got good power. With one swing, he can win it for him. Swung on, popped up on the infield.
That's an infield fly.
Infield fly called there. Lamb digging in. Crowd's feeling it. Go ahead run and scoring position. This at bat just got a whole lot bigger, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt, Boog. These are pressure pitches. You've got to grind it out and come through for the squad.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
Up the middle, makes a sliding stop. Glove flip to second. What a double play that was. Inning over.
They made it look easy, but it's...
First and second, no outs. James Wood will hit next. Down the line, and it... Now it's the shortstop, Zach Neto. Deep breath, he's ready, and he fires. Base hit, that'll do it. The winning run crosses the plate, and the Orioles walk it off in the 11th. 4-3 our final score, a 1-run extra inning win for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shambi saying so long. Lamb steps in, facing one of the top arms in the league. Big moment, big challenge.
You know, Boog, these are the matchups that tell you what a hitter is made of. Let's see what he brings to the table right here.
This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. A solo shot. His 62nd home run of the season, and it gives him the lead in the first. It's 1-0.
He's been so difficult to pitch against lately. It seems like no matter how you attack him, he finds a way to punish you.
For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
Lamb, a former Gold Glove winner, 28 years old. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Throws to second, and he's out easily. Man at first with 1 gone, Jack Paglione, the next to hit for the Orioles. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Throw there. Safe. That's 20 stolen bases for him this season. Back here in Baltimore. Start of the 6th, John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Charlie Lamb. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. 1 down. 1 down. Charlie Lamb digs in now. And that one fouled off. 0-1 now. Just missed.
That's the ball.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, too. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Struck him out. Really fooled him with the breaking ball there. Back now at Oriole Park. Bottom of the 8th. Connor Norby now at the plate. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. A leadoff single, and the go-ahead run is aboard.
I'd say I'm...
Here's Brian Rocchio. Right side. The flip. 1 at second. Double play.
Got him. That's an
What
out.
a twin killing. High leverage spot, and William Contreras digging in. 2 on, 1 out. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. The flip to second. Double play. And we're headed to extra. Runners at the corners here. 1 away. Connor Norby getting ready to hit. 2 on, 1 out. On the ground right side. He gets there on a slide. The feed for one. And that's all they'll get.
I promise you, there are guys that get a little bit faster when they can smell an RBI. That was a possible inning-ending double play. Great hustle, and he gets rewarded with the RBI because of it.
Lamb digs in. Huge spot. Go ahead, run on base, and this crowd knows it.
Yeah, he's got the lumber to make something happen right here. Doesn't need to do too much. Just find some green grass.
Man at second. Ripped to short. Slings to first in time. Here's the center fielder. The Orioles down to their final strike. This one in the air, right field. Base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. Lamb steps in. Late game opportunity right here, Singy. A knock could change everything.
Yeah, this is really where composure matters, Boog. You stay in the moment and deliver.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Fastball for a strike.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
So they're all loaded up. Fouls it off, still 1 and 2.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. One-two now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout. All loaded up. ESPOSITO, the next to hit. He's already homered here in this one. That one misses, and that's ball 1.
You know, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and getting out of this little jam.
Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Got him swinging for the K. They miss a big chance to take. So runner at second, 2 down. Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter. And that one hit to first. Steps on the bag himself. Ball game. Lamb had a sensational showing in the win. 2 hits, including that long ball.
No question, he was a big piece of their success in this ball game. Fantastic effort at the plate.
One down, and here is Charlie Lamb. Little bouncer out in front of the plate. Homered last night, added another hit as well. Now a quick throw to first, but it's wide of the bag and gets away. And he'll reach second with 1 away. Close, but called the ball. Ball 1. In the air to left center. He's got it. Runner tags at second.
Man, he had to go such a long way to track that one down. outstanding effort. If he doesn't get there, then that run from second basically walks in. Instead, he just moves up one base with 2 outs.
That's to third. Norby tosses to first, and that's the inning. And now it's William Contreras. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Flips it. There's 1. Back to first, and that is a double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter. Up the middle. Slings to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. Man at first, 1 away. Swinging a foul straight back. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only 1 away.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
That's a strike.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Swung on, belted.
Come on, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Carrying well. And it's into the bleachers. Out of here. A 3-run shot. His 28th home run of the season. And the Brewers have the lead. It's 3-1. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a ground ball. That ends the frame. And so 2 down. Trey Jensen, the next to hit for the Orioles. Bounced up the middle. Lamb. To first.
Got him.
Inning
That's
over,
an out.
and it could have been worse. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. George Bichette.
And he's been racking up strikeouts at a high rate this year. Typically at least 1 an inning, so he'll be tough to get to.
Got it. Really had to move for that grab. 1 away. 3-4-5 due up for the home team. Now the Orioles catcher, William Contreras. Up the middle, Lamb. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Runner on the
too
go.
low.
The throw, tag, and he's out.
Such a quick and fast swing of emotions right there. You get the runner on with the walk, which is great, but then picks a bad pitch to go on, and you just erase the free pass that you were issued. I understand you want to be aggressive, you want to try to get into scoring position, but you just have to be a little smarter there.
So 2 down. Next for Milwaukee, Charlie Lamb. He was late there, strike 1. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And with the inning still alive, here comes the heart of the order.
Hey, you smoked that thing. Attaboy. Good job.
Runner on the go. That's it for a strike. Throw bounces, and he's in there safely with the stolen base. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again.
Well, it really doesn't matter what the situation is. When a guy like this gets on first, you know he's going to steal second at some point during the at-bat. Nice job to get in the scoring position. The defense probably knew it was coming, but they just couldn't do anything to stop it.
And now the count 1-2 after the swing and a miss. Out towards right center field. On the move to the alley. He's got it. And that is that. Milwaukee. Back here in Baltimore. On to the bottom of the 8th. Brian Rocchio digs in now. On the ground to the left. Lamb. Long throw to first. One gone to the bottom of the 8th.
It's such a great feeling.
2 outs. Runner on first. Digging in. Connor Norby. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. Throw comes in quickly, but the winning run is now in scoring position. 2 away. Lamb digging in. Go-ahead run in scoring position, and a seasoned hitter at the plate, Singy.
Yeah, if he gets something he likes, Boog, he's not going to miss it. This is what you play for. As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Ball 1.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read.
Now a blast to left center. Way back there. On its way. Out of here. His 63rd home run of the season. And they've rallied from 4 back. It's 7-5.
This is a perfect example of why you keep grinding out your bats even when you're down big. You never know what might happen later in the game. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So runner at second, 2 down. Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter. This could end it. Swing and he popped it up. Makes the catch. Ball game. And the Brewers win the rubber match of this 3-game series. Lamb had a great showing in the win. 4 hits, 1 of them a homer.
I'll tell you, Boog, I was excited every time he came up. When a player is locked in like he was, it's a really special feeling. Great job in this one.
Charlie Lamb. 1 down. Next for Milwaukee, Charlie Lamb. And first offering is fouled off. Lamb came up with 4 hits in his last game. Rips one to right. And a couple of quick outs.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a...
Gets him easily, ends the inning. Scoreless. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Jamie Dobbs getting ready to hit. Out to short. Throws to first in time. 1 gone, bottom of the 3rd inning.
Batting ninth, the first.
Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. And that one ripped into right, and he pulls up on it, and that's a hit. And the tying run is on base.
Up next for Milwaukee, the center fielder, Josh Werner.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. That's in for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. And the tying run is now in scoring position.
You know, nights like this when it seems harder to score, I like the call to put him in motion and try to steal the base. Ball's not carrying, no home runs so far, so trying to manufacture some offense like this may be the way to go.
This ball's chopped on the ground. Zips it across. That's the first out in the top of the fourth. So up next, Humberto ESPOSITO. Struck out swinging his first time. What a stop.
Get down.
And they get the out.
Oh, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Ball.
Two outs and a runner at third. Top half of inning number 4. Swung on, belted. That one carrying. Out of here. Home run number 10 on the year. And the Brewers have the lead. It's 2-1.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
And now the center fielder, David Trevino. On the ground, right side, Arroyo. The flip, here's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there. Lamb stepping in. Pressure's on. One swing can flip the whole game.
Yeah, and this guy's no stranger to the spotlight. He's built for moments like this.
Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. Go ahead run at second, and we're in the top half of the 6th.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And no shot to get him at first. There's 2 aboard.
That's a ball.
The 1-0.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Now
That's
one
a ball.
missed.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
And they're all loaded
ball
up.
4.
Now that sets up a really big at bat in this game.
For the Phillies,
Felix Bautista gets the call from the pen.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this. Well, this is a tough situation with the bases loaded, but the healthiest mindset is just try to get outs, one hitter at a time.
Double play ball to second.
Hold up, hold up.
There's one. They get the out, but the run scores on the twin killer. Up now for Milwaukee, Joaquin Osuna. He's already homered here in this one. That one fouled off. Bautista, he's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. On the ground to the left. They limit the damage here. Lamb stepping in. One door closed, but here's another shot, Singy. This guy has a chance to deliver.
Opportunity to be a great teammate right here, Boog. Nothing says I got you like a 2-out ribby.
This one's blistered. No doubt about it. Out of here. Grand slam. His 64th home run of the season. A 4-spot on the board. It's 7-2.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. It's Singy. It tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
So 2 down. Here's the center fielder, David Trevino. 0-1 now. Popped up left side. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. 2 on with 2 away. Charlie Lamb up now for the Brewers.
Coming off an absolute bomb in his last at bat.
This one in the air center field. Trevino settles under it. And that'll do it. Brewers. Jamie Dobbs stands in for the Phillies. Webb is just 1 strike away. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Makes the catch. Ball game. And the Brewers take game 1 of the series on the road. Lamb had a sensational showing in the win.
No question, he was a big piece of their success in this ball game. Fantastic effort at the plate.
Charlie Lamb digs in now. Homered last night, added another hit as well. Popped up. 2 down.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
All loaded up. Newsom will hit next. Up the middle. Lamb takes it to the base for the force out. Back here in Philadelphia, let's check out some notable MVP candidates so far this season. Bounced out to short. Tosses to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. And fouled off.
The real threats are coming up. Already giving up a home run in this inning. It's going to really have to bear down.
Go-ahead run at first. Nobody out. And we're at the top of the 5th. Got him swinging. And, Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Lamb went deep in his most recent game. 2 on, 2 outs. Strike 2. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead. A new arm into the game, the righty, Ryan Murphy.
He's averaging more than 1 hit allowed per inning pitched this season, and that's not where you want to be at all. So we'll see how he does here.
Warner in the box now, takes strike 1. In the air, right field, Montgomery moving under this one and makes the grab, and that'll do it. 1 out, runner at second. Jamie Dobbs stands in for the Phillies. Man at second. Swing and a ground ball. Now 2 out. Lamb steps in with 2 outs and nobody on. He's basically saying, fine, I'll do it myself.
That's right. Might as well cue the movie trailer voice.
In a world where nobody gets on base. On to first. That's the inning. So 2 down, and now Kevin Harden. 1 strike away. In the air to left center. Alcantara drifts towards it. Makes the catch. Ball game. And the Brewers hold on to win a tight one as this one ends as a 1-run ball game. Lamb did not have a banner showing in this one. Singled and knocked in a run.
I'm sure they're glad they got the win, but if he's going to be a driver for their offense, he needs better days than
Charlie Lamb up now for the Brewers.
Charlie Lamb.
Just missed.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get 1 out first. It's going to be tough to get 2 with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
Mayfield, a 6'4" lefty, 200 pounds, a former first-round pick in 2024. Oh, great stop. There's 1. And that's a double play. Wow. 1 gone, runner at first. Vance McKenna now at the plate. The 1-0. Runner on the go. Pitching for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. So here's the cleanup hitter, Carmine Iglesias. The 0-2. Out to short, Lamb. To Arroyo.
Got him. That's an
Not
out.
in time at first.
No,
it's a
he's
fielder's
safe.
choice. First and second, 2 outs. Benny Montgomery stands in for the Phillies. Grounds 1 to short, Lamb. And that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. Let's check out some notable MVP candidates so far this season. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. A solo shot. Home run number 65 on the year. And we're all square. It's 1-1. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
1 out, man at first. Now it's the shortstop. The 0-2. Bounce to the right. Osuna over to second. What a double play that was. Inning over. Runner at second, nobody out. Well struck, deep right field, way back, and out of here. Another homer. his 66th home run of the season, and they add to their lead. He ambushed him right there, Siggy.
Yeah, swinging on that first pitch, and I think losing one over the fence is exactly what he had in mind as well. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one, and you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
One down. Here's the Phillies DH, Ford Pyle. The 1-2. On the ground, could be two. On to second, they get one. On to first, double play, and that's the inning. 2 outs, bases full. Charlie Lamb up now for the Brewers. And a swing and a miss. The Brewers trying to break this one open, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third. First and second, 2 outs. David Trevino stands in for the Phillies. Hit hard on the ground to short. And that's terrific work out of the bullpen. So digging in, Charlie Lamb. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And delivers outside. Bautista, he's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit.
Now, as a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
Trevino on his way over. He's there. He's got it. Runner tags at second, and he makes it up to third with one away. 2 outs, runner at first. Ford Pyle, the next to hit. And that's a fair ball. Lead runner makes the turn at second. And a double puts runners at second and third with 2 outs.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there.
Really big spot here. Bottom of the 9th. Down to their final out. Vance McKenna stands in for the Phillies. To the right side. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Brewers extend their winning streak to 5 in a row. Lamb really stood out in this win. Cracked a pair of homers.
I'll tell you, Boog, I was excited every time he came up. When a player is locked in like he was, it's a really special feeling. Great job in this one.
One down. Here's a big power threat. Charlie Lamb.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
Lamb matched a couple of homers in his last game. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone.
Here we go. Go on.
And that one hammered. That's down. One hops off the wall. The relay to second, and he's got a double.
Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Oh.
You know how rare a 5-homer game is, Booth? Babe Ruth never did it. Neither did Ted Williams. Henry Aaron, Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds, or Aaron Judge. Through the first 120-odd years of MLB history, nobody had a game like that.
That's outside. 3-1. at second here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Goes down looking.
Most guys are very aggressive when they see the stakes out there on the base paths and can't understand why he wasn't ready to swing the bat. You've got to be ready to swing the bat in a situation like that with the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Oh, catcher challenge. We'll take another look. Gets him to chase after that one. Painter, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, and that certainly is a benefit to him when he's in a spot like this. He's trying for third, and it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Yeah, if you're going to be in the game in high-leverage situations, you've got to be able to get the swing and miss and put hitters away.
Runner on the go again. In the air, left field. Ojeda on the move, and that is that.
The batter number 13, shortstop, Charlie Lamb.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. That one fouled off. Two down, nobody on. That one in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Still tied at 0, last of the third. Fastball is outside. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. The big righty strike. We go to the top of the 5th, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Joshua Baez. Out to short, Lamb. On to first, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. The go-ahead run aboard at first, nobody out. Grounds one to short. He flips it to second in time. And 2. What a play. Lamb steps in, 2 down, nothing cooking so far, but one swing can get something sizzling.
He knows it too, Boog. That body language says, yes, chef.
Lamb with just one hit before making it 250 this year. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile, and it's 0-2. Got him swinging. So runner at second, 2 down. Cole Young next up for the Cardinals. In the air, right field. Makes the catch. Ball game. And the Brewers make it 6 straight victories. Lamb extended the hitting streak in this one.
Well, I don't want to pile on a player when he's down, but that was a lousy game at the dish. Sure, they got the win, but if he performs like that, it doesn't make it easy.
Charlie Lamb, currently on a 10-game hitting streak. First and second, no outs. Cruz will hit next.
So clutch, you could argue that he's
Double steal. Pitch in for a strike. Go to third. Save. Double steal.
Wow, that's a pretty elite throwing arm right there from the catcher spot. Pretty daring for him to try to steal third right there, but he gets the bag. Maybe the element of surprise was what came in because he's not used to guys running on him, and right there, stealing third base, probably caught him off guard a little bit.
That one drilled left field. This one's got a chance. Going, gone. A solo shot. His 67th home run of the year, and they're on the scoreboard. It's 2-1. That adds another game to his hitting streak, Chris.
Yeah, he's been doing so many things well at the plate and clearly driving the ball with some authority as part of that. He's really dangerous with the bat in his hands right now. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrist to roll over, stays through the ball.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Out of here. Another homer. His 68th homer of the year. And they cut into the deficit. It's 5-2.
He's really seeing the ball well lately. Good things are going to happen when you're locked in like this. For a guy with top-tier power, this is just another day at the office. Always a threat to send one out. I just don't know how you're supposed to pitch to him.
High fly ball down the left field line. That one back there. And gone! And he's gone yard again. His 69th homer of the year. And they cut into the deficit. Singy, he's been red hot.
Yeah, another big swing of the bat for him. Man, he is really seeing the ball well in this one. He's putting on quite the show at the dish here in this one, and he's just so locked in with this swing, and he's just not missing right now. 3-homer game, man, it's so special. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun watching him pull it off as well.
All set for the bottom of the ninth. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Charlie Lamb. Center field, Harris. Under this one. And there's one down. So 2 down, and now the DH, Humberto Esposito. In the air to left center. Harris gets under it. He's got it. Ball game. And the Cardinals even this series up at a game apiece. Lamb made a big contribution despite the loss. 3 homers in this one. Just amazing.
I'll tell you, I was excited every time he came up. Even though he couldn't lift them to a win, he really made an impact. Great job in this one.
Charlie Lamb went yard 3. Lamb, the next to hit.
The shortstop, Charlie Lamb.
Lamb with an impressive 3-homer performance in his last game. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Runner on the go. Cut on and miss. Safe at second, and that was not close. And that's another stolen base for the league leader.
When your catcher's not a great thrower, you have to do a better job of controlling the running game. And that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well, they weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment. Our players are going to be running all game.
99 miles per hour to finish him off. So now with one away and a man at second. Next for Milwaukee, Humberto Esposito. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Here's a 1-1. And there's a foul ball. Man at second.
That's the ball.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Just beautiful placement of the splitter right there. Exactly where you want it with 2 strikes to get that swing and miss. And he's worked very hard to be able to command that pitch. It's a tough pitch to get a grip on, but he's one of the best at throwing it where he wants to.
Outside. Ball 1. Osuna launched a homer in his most recent game.
Whoa.
And Now it's even up.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Struck him out swinging. They limit the damage here.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle, but I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
This to third. Muncy
beat it out.
throws to first in time. 2 away. First and second, 1 out. Ojeda getting ready to hit. 2 on, 1 out. Ground ball right side, could be 2. 1 and second. On to first, double play. We know he's capable of hitting home runs, Chris. Nobody in the league has hit more. Next offering is fouled back. Runner on the go. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Alcantara, the runner at first with 2 gone. Next offering is outside. Out towards right center field. And that is that. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Peter Zeller. Out to short, Lamb. To first, and that's 1 out as they get the William Yoder next up for the Cardinals. 2 down, nobody on. Out to short, Lamb. Throws to first, and that will end the inning. Man at first, and now Charlie Lamb, 1 for 3. Now a rip into left center, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Runner around third, and now they trail by 1.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. That breaking ball is in for a strike, and quickly it is 0-2. Bullpen activity starting up now. Ryan Stevens, a right-hander with big strikeouts. Oh, that got him.
That hit in. Take your base.
First and second, 1 out. Humberto Esposito up now for the Brewers. He's already homered in this game. And it's fouled off.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
2 on, 1 out. And that is out of play. The 0-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, that's pretty much the dream 2-strike curveball. If you're the pitcher, hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. Got him swinging for the K. That'll end the inning after 1 down. Now it's the second baseman, Peter Zeller. Here's a high chopper. Slings to first, 2 away. And up next for St. Louis, Corey Johnson. Payoff pitch. On the ground to the left. Lamb. Throws to first in time. Lamb digs in, tying run on.
You know, Boog, it gets tense in these late game battles, and it comes down to focus. Can't afford to miss the mistake pitch right here.
Swinging a foul out of play. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That one carrying. Wow. Ball game.
Hitting a walk-off homer is the kind of thing you dream about growing up. You're in the backyard, you're creating the most pressure-packed scenario, and what do? You come through with the big swing. Well, he was living a childhood moment right there. Nice swing of the bat, nice win for the team.